an AI creator. He's quite innovative and influential, I would say, with his AI stuff. I found him on TikTok, over 100K there. He's doing really great on social media, and his stuff is very different. And he usually, I would say, he's a trendsetter in his sense. But that is kind of my intro of Full Warp. Been a huge fan of his for many months. Are there any intros you want to make, Full Warp?
Yeah, I'm fullwarp. Like really kind words. I've been doing this for 4 months, so I'm still learning, and I'm making weird stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, sometimes I just binge your content, because it's like it's very bingeable. It's very short. Um, really high quality, I would say, in terms of like the idea. But I don't know, like what I mean. You want to share a little bit about yourself without getting too specific. I know you are an AI brand, so I wanted to kind of be respectful in that sense. Yeah, man. Go ahead if you wanted to share a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I am 23 years old. I picked up AI for the first time this year, so it's all really, really new to me. And before that, I was making music. So I think maybe some creativity came from that, just producing music for like 4 years, just
Hmm.
as a hobby.
That's awesome. Yeah, you use a lot of trending sounds in your videos. I'm not sure if like you were inspired by the sounds to make the video, the music to make the video, or you edit the footage to the video offline, or do you add the music to the video when you edit it in the app?
I don't I don't really do the music up until the very last step where you have to upload the video. So in
Yeah.
TikTok, you can I think they have a really really good algorithm I think for just picking the music. So you can go upload the video and it just gives you a bunch of songs that might fit with it. So I just pick one from there.
Hmm.
Sometimes, but sometimes I don't do any music at all.
Yeah, you use sound effects a lot. I noticed.
Yeah.
Do you do like the audio with 11 Labs, or do you kind of do other stuff?
Oh, for sure. I'm using Audio like all the time.
Yeah.
But I also do like just regular sound effects from places like epidemic sounds and stuff like that.
Oh, really? You use sounds from there? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you use the 11 Labs at all?
I haven't, but recently I started using the Hailuo voice.
Oh, yeah. They have audio now, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's great. It's a new feature. Man, there's always something coming out from one of these platforms that other platforms have already, and then it's like, well, I mean, I shouldn't cancel the other one because I already use it so much.
I mean, it's free, at least
Okay,
for me.
that's dope. So are you part of any creative programs?
I am in. For now, it's just the Pika Labs.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pika's
but
great.
I haven't really applied to many though. So
Mm-hmm. That's cool, man. So like, how do you come up with the ideas for your content? Like, are you the kind of person that kind of binge watches whatever, and then AI or not, you just get inspired from somewhere?
so initially, it started all just from text to video. I would need to have the idea. So I would think
Mm.
like, what if there's like a fat guy in a claw machine or something, and then to make a video about that. But recently, I've been just watching other people's videos on Reels,
Mm.
and then once I see something that like catches my attention, I would go video to video from that, and then it's
Oh.
just like action reaction. You make something, AI does something, and then you kind of go in that direction.
Mm. So how does that work? Like, you watch that person's video and then you keep watching more similar kinds of videos from that person or other
No, it's just
creators?
random like a feed of
Oh,
videos.
okay. Okay, that's cool. So you get inspiration from the homepage,
Yeah.
and you also have like what if thoughts too when you, I guess, just in general.
Oh yeah, it's like intrusive thoughts. Like what if
Mm.
this guy did that suddenly, And up until now, you couldn't do anything. Like you thought that would just be a thought. But now you can do it with AI. You can really, in 5 minutes, you can already do that. So I think it's pretty cool.
Oh wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, do you use any pre-planning methods like using ChatGPT or using like DeepSeek just to kind of like mind map your thoughts?
Not mind map for per se, but I use ChatGPT like religiously just for
Okay.
prompting.
Mm. Yeah, it's so good. Especially with the canvas now. It's like can edit everything.
Canvas, what is that?
It's like a it's like a on a shared screen. It like splits your screen into like what it's editing and then like what you're talking about on two different sides.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
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 it's like, no, change this about the prompt and then it just goes into it.
yeah.
Um so like I know that like prompting I would say at least for me as a creator it's like um prompting is very it's like the element that makes or breaks like a concept, right? What do you think about prompting in terms of this process?
For me, prompting was the most difficult thing at the beginning because with Sora, you could do like really simple prompts, like it's pure language.
Hmm.
You could like one sentence max, and I would have a clip ready to go. But when it came to Kling, I could not get it working. But
Oh yeah.
eventually, yeah, eventually, ChatGPT, I think it kind of learns what you like and what you don't like. So it's gotten
Mm.
to the point where I can just ask ChatGPT to like do something, and it will just do it the way I want it and write it in the way I want it. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So do you have any prompting tips for anyone who wants to create like similar kinds of videos?
Honestly, just use ChatGPT or the Gemini 2.5. I,
Oh
I know
really?
there's I know there are some people who just write their prompts just from scratch,
Hmm.
and I wish I would do that. But honestly, it's just so much easier for me to just give something to ChatGPT. He gives something back to me. I try it, and in 5 minutes I've tried like 10 prompts already. So I think that's the best way for me.
Mm. So Gemini 2.5 is also is like another AI by Google, is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Do they have voice also?
I'm not sure. I don't think they have voice.
Oh, 2.5. Do you have to pay for that?
Nope, it's totally free, and it's mind-boggling how it is free, but it's free.
Well, yeah, I know it did some great stuff when it was blowing up recently. I was kind of playing with it a little bit.
I would say the best thing about 2.5 is it can actually watch videos. So you can put a video in and tell it, uh, tell me everything, like analyze the video, tell me what's happening, turn it into a prompt, and you can just, I mean, if you wanted to, you could basically steal someone's video. I mean, I'm not telling you to do that, but
Yeah.
if you want to like emulate someone, you could do that.
Oh yeah, for research and
Yeah.
education, I actually have two devices. I use one of them to use ChatGPT, and I'm like, AI or not AI. I'm just like, watch this video, and then it just watches it for me.
Yeah.
Um, and then I get it to turn it into prompts. Because it has that camera feature, and you can just talk to it as you prompt. I'm not sure if you do that too, but that's like pretty fun to do.
So what about you? Are you like prompt wise? Are you also just like using ChatGPT, or are you first writing the prompt and then putting it back
Yeah.
and then asking it to refine it?
Um, Sometimes, yeah. It's mainly GPT, or it's DeepSeek, or both. So, DeepSeek I found made better prompts in my experience,
Hmm.
but ChatGPT also makes some incredible prompts too. So like I've used both. DeepSeek, actually ChatGPT used to not be able to get away with more, and then DeepSeek was more like open. But now I'm finding that like, DeepSeek is kind of harder to get. Like, it's harder to skirt censorship with DeepSeek than it is with ChatGPT now.
ChatGPT, I think they have removed a lot of filters recently,
Yeah.
and Gemini, I'm like not even using Gemini anymore because you
Hmm.
ask it to do something, it says, "No, I can't do it. This is too, you know, offensive or whatever."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Gemini, gosh, I didn't know Gemini 2.5 was that good. I mean, I played around with it when I saw the X Twitter, it was blowing up like crazy. Like people were changing stuff about images and stuff. But
yeah.
like I know Midjourney has like voice mode now. Have you tried that one? The version 7?
Oh no, I mean the O4 image is just so good that is it worth for me to pay for Midjourney? I'm just letting people test it out. I mean, for me, I don't have any need for it per se because I don't do that much straight up image to video. I just do video to video and then take a screenshot from there.
Yeah. Um I don't know. I just re-subscribed to Midjourney because I was using other platforms like ChatGPT or Magnific. Are you familiar with Mystic 2.5?
Yes, I was again. This is one of the. I'm pretty open to like trying everything. And at one
Yeah.
point, I needed Magnific to upscale some images,
Hmm.
but then I found that I'm not really using it, so I canceled my subscription there. But I'm
Hmm.
like trying everything out and then seeing what sticks in
Dude,
the workflow.
yeah, like Mystic 2.5 was so good, man. Like I use the editorial portraits a lot. They're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they keep coming out with new models or whatever, but like are you like a text to video? I mean, you seem to be like a text to video kind of person, more than a image to video person. Although I've seen you do like image to video.
Initially, I was fully text to video, but then
Mm.
as I started to do uh, the video to video, I mean, eventually you need to go to image to video so you can extend your video. I see that you're doing that a lot also. You're just extending your video and making these trippy, uh, kind of long videos,
Yeah.
clips.
Yeah, the reason I was doing that is because I was watching other people do it. I'm like, that's a good idea. Let me see what I could do. And then the Mystic 2.5 outputs just happened to be so dope. And I'm like, I have to see what like I have to see what happens, you know? But
Yeah, I mean that has been my way like since the beginning. I've been taking like a text to video, and then it only can give you so much action in the first prompt. So you need to take a screenshot wherever you want to continue, and then just go image to video, and then you can just go forever.
yeah. Wow. So do you do the optional prompts in the image to video when you you know what I'm saying?
Optional prompts. Oh, you mean like when you put it in Kling to image to video?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like when you put it in Kling and then it gives you like an option to also prompt it.
Oh yeah, I mean that is I think the most important thing because I'm
Oh.
not even sure what happens if you don't prompt it. It just kind of does its own thing. So if you want to
Yeah, I've wasted
control,
some credits where it's like a still image. I'm like, oh, damn it. I wasted like half of those
yeah,
credits.
I always prompted.
Dude, I spend a lot of money every month. I don't know how much you spend, but dude, I've been spending money like crazy on these tools, man.
Oh yeah, I don't even want to check. It's sad, really.
But it's fun though. It's like addictive. It's like a high.
It's yeah, I mean it substitutes something else probably. So
Yeah. It's like a I don't know. It's like I'm always curious, like because in the past, like artists would always try to create what they haven't seen people do before, but like now it's like we're just we're like the same way. It's like, dude, I wonder what will happen if like, you know, if this happened,
yeah,
like
and you can find out in like 5 minutes. It's
yeah.
it's it's insane.
Wait, so did you used to do like drawing or painting or anything, any art before?
I was only doing music, so making beats, kind of instrumentals,
Oh,
type of
that's
thing.
sick. Wait, so you like work with like rappers and singers and stuff?
Uh, I mean, my friend is like was rapping, so I mean maybe that counts, but it wasn't like professional or anything. It's just kind of
Yeah,
for fun.
that's sick. Yeah, dude, like what I love about your work is that it's so I like I like the kind of what do you call that? The undersaturated colors. Like the color.
Yeah,
Ah, it's
I
like
think I
a
know what you're talking about. Yeah,
right. It's that color scheme.
it's like
Also, it's that
yeah.
Sora texture that you nailed down really well and that movement.
I think it's a little bit of like post processing and like right when you're editing the video just to make the colors more realistic. I
Oh,
don't
you do
know.
post?
Well, just for the colors. I mean, and
Oh,
for the editing. I play around with the speed a lot for the clips.
okay. Like the frame rates and stuff.
Yeah, I just because you need to play around with the speed so you can get it in the 10 seconds and get all the action you want.
Yeah. So you are strict with with how long your videos are. I noticed it's super short, like 5 to 10 seconds, right?
I mean, it's mostly a limitation by Sora. So the reason I keep it like 10 seconds is
Yeah.
because they only allow 1080p videos to be 10 seconds. So if they one day brought it up to like 20 seconds, I most likely would be doing 20-second videos.
Would you ever take like a ending frame of a Sora prompt, take it into clean, and then just like play with it,
Yeah,
image to video?
yeah, and that's how you extend it. Yeah, but again, Kling is so expensive. I try to
Yeah.
avoid it as much as I can until I really, really need it.
Yeah. I remember for a period of time I was just like playing a lottery, for like,
It
you
is
know,
like a lottery. It feels like that often.
at the casino, just like throwing
Yeah,
money left and right.
yeah.
And I would use like thousands and thousands of credits a day for some months.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's a
It's
necessary thing. It's learning, and when you fail, you learn what doesn't work, what works,
I
and you
know.
can reuse those prompts later on as examples as well.
Mm, mm. So usually your videos, right? Are they usually like either or text to video or image to video, or do you mix them both? And if you mix them, on average, how much percentage is text to video? How much percentage is image to video?
You know, it's hard to say because if you asked me like 2 months ago, it would be all like 90% text to video. So now for like weeks, I have not been using text to video just because I'm experimenting with my workflows. And I find that if I do video to video, I can make so many more videos and so many more ideas come. So that's
Wait,
what
you
I've
mean
been doing.
image to video?
Video to video because you can remix an existing video in Sora.
Mm,
Like you could put in a prompt, ask it like to turn the bear into a monster or something, and
yeah.
then work from there. So
So which tools in Sora are your favorites and why? And how do you use them in your videos?
my favorite for sure is the remix feature. It's so underrated and so strong. I think it's the strongest thing they have, and it's the only unique thing they have because if you think about it, everyone has image to video, everyone has text to video, but no one really has the remix feature they have. There are
Mm,
some other there are like Runway has video to video as well, but it not on the same level.
yeah. So how do you use the video to video remix feature usually? Let's say on any of these videos that's playing right now, like that you would use it for, that you have used it for.
I don't exactly see what you're playing, and you're frozen again, but that's okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But I can imagine. So I don't know. I ask it to make it really, really like usually it's some body horror type of stuff. So
Hmm.
I ask it to make it like really grotesque. I mean, I ask ChatGPT, and then he gives me something. I put it in. It takes like two
Yeah.
minutes to generate a video, so I can see. Okay, is this in the right direction? No. I ask it to make it more like this, more like that. So it's just like a conversation with ChatGPT.
Mm, that's awesome. And are there any other features you like besides the remix?
Besides the remix, I mean, it really has three things. So it's image to video, remix, and text to video. So text to video would be the second one. I think it's really, really good for those handheld type of videos.
Hmm.
It gets the camera motion really well, and that's what I
Yeah.
started with, and it looked really realistic. And the image to video is definitely the weakest link. It's like barely
Mm.
use it. they recently improved it. I think yesterday. I've noticed a change, and they also removed all the filters for celebrities, so now you can generate celebrities.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you said like a lot of these other platforms have this similar tools, right? So you have Runway, you have Hilo, you got Kling. Higgs Field is something recent that I was playing with. I don't know if you played with
Oh,
that yet.
I saw that. It looks so good. Like the camera,
It's crazy.
like it's cinematic. Totally. Need to
It's
play around with
crazy.
that.
Yeah, I was doing
But
like,
there's
yeah,
so many though. I can't. I don't have the time to go through everything. It's insane.
it is insane. It is insane how much you can do. Like Higgs Field, I was playing with like the it's like max 5 seconds for image to video, but like if you put the prompt in there, because like I use like a prompt to generate the image, I use that same prompt to generate the video from image to video, and then I take that frame thing, and then
Mhm.
I put it into Kling, and then I have it connected with the keyframes. So it's like Higgs field and Kling is a pretty powerful combination. I don't know if you played with like similar similar workflows before.
I need to try it out because from what I've seen, it gets emotions so well. Like I could just make some really creative stuff with it. But
Yeah, Higgs field's pretty crazy. It's like it's kind of like Kling level,
yeah,
you know, but
from
it's
what I've seen,
expensive too. I think I've used up like a fourth of my credits already.
jeez. Are you in like a creative program for them, or do they have such
No,
a thing?
no, I just saw it on X. I'm like, oh shit, okay, let me try it, and it's fun. And sometimes it takes a while, but like I mean, the quality is like probably one of the best out
Yeah.
there.
I mean, because they're specializing in that. Like, if you specialize in it, I think that's a good thing. Like, I think more people, more companies, AI video companies, they should like specialize in these kind of things. It's
Mm.
good.
So, how many different series do you have going on right now with your body horror stuff?
Series wise, I don't really have a series. So, initially it was the fat guy. It was kind of a series because he was. I went viral with one fat guy, and I was like, okay, it must be the fat guy. I'm just gonna put him in like different weird situations, and that was kind of the thing. But now it's just kind of random stuff. No series.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's like, do you have a, do you work like how do you get inspired to work, or do you just like sit down and you start and then you get inspired? Like, for you, which one comes first?
I sit down. I most likely am in my bed. I scroll some Instagram reels,
Mm-hmm.
see if something pops up that catches my attention. At this point, I have like hundreds of them saved, so I can just go in, see maybe something catches my attention. I can remix that into some creature, and then already I have something to work with.
Mm.
So yeah,
Awesome. So mostly it's like for the feed, like from the feed.
from the feed, like that's 1 month for a month has been working. It allows me to make so much content. So
Mm.
before that, it would just be more struggling to come up with ideas,
Mm-hmm.
be original, and then sometimes you just don't come up with anything. You just kind of in a writer's block or whatever you would call it, and that's the worst because I am working full time. So I need to. I usually make a video in the morning and then in the in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
And when you really are need to come up with this idea quickly, it's kind of a limitation.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, it's good, to have a full-time job and then do this, because it's like then your time is more valuable, so you don't waste time dicking around.
absolutely, yeah.
Is your full-time job similar to this AI stuff, or like what?
I would say it's like the opposite. I'm in. I work for a bank, so it's like more finance stuff. So it's like completely not creative. So this is like my creative side.
Yeah, that's cool. You get to spend all day thinking about these worlds you
Yeah,
make.
yeah,
That's sick too, because then you're not you don't owe anyone anything, because you're not working for any clients to make AI stuff. You don't have to worry about, you know, stress from that side.
Yeah, I think that about sometimes. Like if I did have clients with it with my style, I am really relying on just reacting to what AI creates. And in the end, the result is like really cool. But it's not like at the beginning, I start by thinking, okay, it's gonna do this, it's gonna do that, and this is gonna be
Yeah.
the result. It just kind of happens. So if a client asks me to do something specific, I could do it, but would it be as good as what I do now? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's that pressure to kind of live up to but then again, you know, you're coming at it from outside social media, so you have like a fresh pair of eyes to kind of create your work. You don't have pressure to create your work, so you're open to be creative and transparent, right?
I love that freedom. I make the weirdest stuff, and I think that's the best thing because I know there's some creators who they kind of put themselves in this niche, right? And then when they want to get out of this niche, it could be hard because people are not used to it. But if I just keep making weird shit, I think people will be ready for anything and they will watch it and build an audience.
Yeah, so would you say you started blowing up when Sora came out?
Absolutely. I was making. You can look up my first videos. They were on Kling and Runway, and they were not getting any views at all. So I mean, of course I was also learning what works, how
Mm-hmm.
to make it engaging. You can see they were really like stretched out, boring. Like if I watch them now, and then right
Mm.
around like 20 days later of just starting, I got Sora, and it was a risk for me because it's $200 a month for the
Mm-hmm.
pro version,
Yeah.
but it worked out. Yeah.
What were you doing differently before you blew up versus when you blew up?
I wouldn't say I was doing anything different. I was kind of more focusing on the creatures and like the trying to make the creatures as weird as possible. But once I blew up, I realized it's about more mixing reality, like the real situations, with like the weird situations, and because you can have like a regular situation and you change one thing about it, all of a sudden it catches someone's attention. So that's what I've been like more focusing on, just trying to make it real, but also kind of weird at the same time.
So if we scrolled on TikTok and found like a girl dancing, right, in her living room,
Hmm.
like what would you do to it?
Well, I mean, a girl dancing in her living room, I would probably scroll past because
Mm.
unless there's something really, really interesting about how she did it or what happens, I would, because I scroll past like a bunch of them. I just pick
Mm-hmm.
like if something really speaks to me, if like there's some funny motion that he does or whatever, then I would work with that.
Mm. That's cool. Yeah, Runway is really great too. They came out with Gen 4 recently. Have you played with that yet?
I did. At first, I was struggling again, but then sometimes I just put it in
Mm-hmm.
just to compare with Kling, and I did
Mm.
use it for one video, which did quite well. But again, Runway, I for me it is taking a little bit too long to generate, and the quality still. I like Kling, but I
Yeah.
sometimes put it in Runway just to see what it will do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Runway is max too. Kling is unlimited, but it costs a lot more.
Well, the good thing about Runway, it is kind of unlimited in a sense. Yeah, there's $100 plan. You can get unlimited generations. The best thing about it is just expanding the video. If you want to transform it into 16 by 9, or you have a 16:9 video, you want to
Mm.
turn it into 9 by 16.
Ah, yeah, yeah. I guess I meant like you could generate two at a time
Yeah.
on
Oh
Runway,
yeah.
right? And
And
on
it's
Kling,
slow.
you could just keep on pressing submit
If as long as your wallet allows, yeah.
as long as your wallet allows. See,
Yeah.
that's the point right there. But that's amazing, man.
Are you in
I
the Kling creative program, by the way? Like, because I know some people are.
No, I mean I'm not in it, but I even hear like some people joining it and they still pay because they use it all up.
I mean, yeah, yeah, but might be worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's worth it. Yeah, I should definitely give that
I
another
think you
look.
should. I mean, you're using it all the time.
I am. I love it. And I already got the end. I got the Black Friday sale annual program, and I'm still like shelling out like a lot of money every month.
The best thing they did was the $28 plan for like 8,000 credits. I can't believe I didn't appreciate that. Like I had it when I first joined,
Mm,
and now that seems like a dream.
that's a freaking good deal, bro.
Yeah.
That's a really good deal. And yeah, I mean Clean 1.5 and 1.6 I find fascinating because like they both use different cameras and then they use the same camera like for every scene that you make. It doesn't matter if you put other camera models in your prompt or not. It's like it just gives you that camera for
Yeah,
both of those.
there's this consistency and there's this
Yes.
specific lighting that you can
Yeah.
immediately tell it's Kling.
I think
Yeah.
you did one on the beach. I'm like, yeah, that's probably clean. Like it's
Yeah.
like Fat Man on the beach.
Yeah.
It looked cool though. Yeah. Any favorite authors or like filmmakers that inspired you to kind of create your style?
I would say my biggest inspiration director wise is David Lynch because he makes the weirdest, I mean he used to make uh, the weirdest stuff,
Yeah.
and even though I haven't been watching movies, when I make it always kind of ends up I like, oh yeah, this is like a Lynch thing. This is like Twin Peaks. Uh, so
Mm.
I would say that's my biggest one.
Hmm. Like color grade wise or um concept wise.
I would say concept wise and the weirdness and the avant-garde thing. I
Mm.
like mixing like accessibility and then also throwing in some just weird stuff.
What kind of style would you call your art?
I don't know. Up until now, what hasn't been really art to me, and I do think AI can be art, but
Mm.
even in my bio, I'm just saying I'm just experimenting because I want to learn. I'm just throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what works.
Hmm.
So once I master these tools, I can say I'm making art. But for now, I don't know.
I mean, I think anyone would call you. I mean, anyone who thinks AI is art would definitely call you an artist. I mean, your stuff. I think out of all the creators that I follow and watch, I think you're probably one of the pioneers. Like, there's only a few pioneers in this space who do similar stuff, you know.
Yeah,
And I think
and
I think you're one of them, which is
I I,
cool.
I think so. And but at the same time, I've been also kind of inspired by a lot of. I don't want to say it's completely original, like Bennett Weisbrun, totally
Hmm.
inspiration for me with this whole Sora remixing thing. And then Void Stomper, that's the guy I saw. That's the first video AI video I saw. So I mean, there's many of them that are just inspirations. But yeah, I can see
Yeah,
that.
yeah, the masters. Um, and yeah, and there's a lot of people who came after, right? And we started to see them like multiply. And I was researching you guys, just like seeing how it works and just like trying to get inspiration for my own life. Cause like I went to the cause I have kids, right? So I took them to this
Hmm.
fun house. And I don't know if you see my content on my other channel, but like I do these like ball pit clown horrors based on like going to the fun house and seeing like this ball pit
Oh,
or like
is that like a third channel? Maybe I haven't seen
oh
that.
I have a second I have a thing called Epsilon Files. I don't know if you
Yes,
saw that one.
yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
But I put out like a clown video today. It's pretty like one of my more crazy videos I think, but it's like inspired by like because I was watching it on Netflix or something again. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
and then I think that weekend like we went to like some kind of ball pit thing or something, and then it's like, oh well, what if we combine that?
Yeah.
What would happen? Just trying to be different than the other creators by like taking what happens to me
Yeah, yeah,
and
from
seeing
the
like
real life, and then it's
yeah.
unique to you, for
I'm
sure.
not sure if that's like if it's like how you work too.
I mean, I definitely because everything that I see, it kind of even if I don't use it right now, everything that happens to me, it kind of goes into my subconscious,
Mm,
and then when I need to make something and have these sudden ideas, I think that's where it comes from. So for sure.
yeah. Like your frames, I could tell for that one video you got like 15 million views on TikTok with the grandma. That was one of the crazier videos I've seen you do. That was wild, bro.
And again, that is just I'm watching a video on Reels, I'm scrolling past, and I see this thing, and I'm like, well, what if a grandma just comes out, and then in 5 minutes, that's it. Those are the best ones, I think, when it just suddenly hits you, like, what if this happens, and then you do it, and you get like 10 million views in a day, and then you
Wait,
spend, yeah,
that was another video? That was a video that you just like put it in the store and
yeah,
just remixed it?
yeah. I mean, they go up, and then I take a screenshot, and then it's Kling, and then Sora, I think, but yeah.
Okay.
Those do the best when it's just simple.
So Kling imaged the video and then Sora remixed the video after that.
Yeah, I think it might not even have been Sora. I think it's just straight up Kling. I don't remember honestly.
Hmm. That's cool. That was insane. I was wondering like how many layers there are because the frame rates keep changing, and so I'm
Yeah,
like, something's happening because there keeps being like a push and pull effect, and I'm like, keep thinking like watching it again and again like how many times did you like how many platforms were used
oh yeah,
and
it was Sora. Yeah, yeah, because it has this weird faces at the beginning, and I was thinking about like should I remove that? Should I keep it in? And then I usually keep it in because people just comment about it. It's yeah.
wait so there's no image to video from Sora in this video, right?
No, no, no. I mean,
It's just a
eventually,
remix.
I hope they. It's Kling. I think it was Kling. The grandma comes out, and then I just throw it in Sora.
The grandma came out. Okay, so but the initial video was a video you saw on your feed, right? And then you took that
Yeah.
last frame when you wanted to start and then put in the Kling image video,
Yes.
and then took
Yes.
that video after the output came out and put in the Sora to do a remix.
Yes.
Now that's wild,
Exactly.
bro. It's wild. It looks
and
really fucking good though.
and that's the funny thing. It took like 10 minutes to make, and then
Yeah.
sometimes you work on something for 2 hours, and it flops. So that's when I realize, you
Oh my
gotta
gosh.
sometimes scrap things and just go
Yeah.
for that simple thing. Because if
You
it's
know,
simple, it will see, it will work for everyone. People will understand, and it will go viral. I think.
dude, I have like this really OCD thing where it's like I don't want to waste my credits, and so I end up using all those clips, and then it ends up being too long. Like
Yeah,
what 60 seconds, 2 minutes videos? It's insane, man.
yeah, yeah. I think sometimes you just gotta simplify it until it cannot be any simpler and still be your thing.
Yeah, I gotta make my videos shorter, man, after talking.
I mean, I like those minute videos also. It's kind of, but at the same time,
Yeah.
people they kind of want that quick dopamine and then go to the next one.
Yeah, it's harder to finish longer videos, right?
Also, you can get more out just by making short videos.
Yeah. But I would say like the frame rate is probably the hardest to nail. Um, just not the hardest, but like tedious, you know?
You mean like the speed, like at which?
Yeah. Like one clip might have like three different frame rates at different periods of time, within the sequence of that video. It's
Yeah,
like, what? The beginning, you gotta speed up twice. In the middle, you gotta speed it up like 1.5. It's like,
I've been using CapCut, and I think they recently added a way to make it easier. So before you had to just change the time, now you can kind of curve it. So you want it to get faster at a curve, you can do that, and I think it just makes it a lot easier to work with the speeds.
yeah, I heard they made CapCut a lot better, but also a little less accessible. Like, it costs money now, right? It used to not cost money to use it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, all they made everything basically behind a paywall, which
But
is
they made it better,
unfortunate.
right?
They
At
made it
least.
better for sure.
Okay. So I'm watching your video about like it's like a part six. It's this video of this like 7.5 million TikTok. It's like human eyes on a I don't know what that is, like a goat.
Oh yeah, That is straight up a remix. Uh, I don't even remember what was the animal,
Yeah.
but a human petting the animal, and then you remix it, and then at the end, I think you can see some cling
No,
action.
yeah, but it was never an animal. It was always. Oh, so you created the like a text to video on Sora first?
No, no, no. It was again uh, just an animal, and then I remixed it. So it was just some reel from Instagram or maybe TikTok of someone just
Oh,
petting an animal, and then you
yeah.
just give it to Sora, give it a bunch of eyes, make it really grotesque, and then you get that. So
So how long was did you change any frame rate or uh clip that video at all, or is it like the whole video you just put it in there and then just did a Sora remix on it?
I think I didn't change anything up until the end. So at the end, you can see it gets really weird with the cling, and
Mm-hmm.
then usually when it comes to cling, I speed it up just so I can get the 10 seconds, and also just so I don't bore the
Mm-hmm.
viewer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Yeah, man. I feel like each of these apps have their strengths, and that like even though it's like quote unquote image to video or text to video, it's like the strengths is different, right? Do you also get that feeling too?
Yeah, because cling is like my go-to for if I want something to something specific happening. And then Sora, I found the best to just get you started. But for sure, I mean you have strengths everywhere. Sora, cling. There's Pixverse I use, which is quite good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pixverse. It's got like all-in-one kind of place, right?
Uh, I would, yeah. It's kind of similar to Kling. They do also lip syncing, uh, image to video like transitions,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really quick, and I think it follows the prompts a lot better than Kling. So you can make some really weird monsters, but it's just not as good quality.
Mm, okay. And for the any prompting tips on getting like a human animal hybrid, human monster hybrid kind of face or creature?
Honestly, I would give it. I would give the prompting tips. It's hard for me to say because I'm working with ChatGPT so much. So I would
Oh.
honestly, if anyone wants to create this stuff, I would say work with ChatGPT. You could even like maybe put in my video in, ask it, okay, give me some keywords for like this creature, and
Mm-hmm.
then play around with the prompts that it gives you. And then once something sticks, use that prompt as a template. So you can use that prompt in other clips. If that doesn't work, you can ask ChatGPT to adjust it. So that would be my
Mm.
advice.
Mm-hmm. How would you play with the video to video remix on Sora? Like if gosh, how would you want like are there ways you want to try to do that you haven't done before or tried before in that regard?
Hmm. Well, yes, yesterday, and I think I've one of the first people to notice this. Up until now, you could not do celebrities. It was not allowed. It would reject a prompt.
Mm.
Now, you can put Donald Trump in there, and it will give you Donald Trump. So I've been playing around with
Mm.
that. But I mean, everything is. I feel like I've done everything that I can imagine to do. Sometimes I just give it some weird prompt and it gives me something I haven't seen, and then I start doing that. But I don't think there's like anything novel. It's just everything is prompt based.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What is your long-term thing with this? Like, do you have like are you building something for the long, or is it like, hey, let's just take this day by day and let's just focus on creating the best content right now?
For now, I am trying to get as good as possible. So that means I'm not focusing as much on monetizing the this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could have, for sure, but then of course I would be sacrificing the quality. I'll be focusing more on making money, and
Mm.
for now I just want to become like the best I can be, and then eventually I want to grow my Instagram. Like honestly, I think that everything comes from Instagram. Like if you want to make money, it's Instagram. I'm trying to
Wait,
grow
you make
that.
money on Instagram
No, no, no. I
or
mean,
other people do that, you
I
know?
for sure, yeah. I mean, I'm talking with other people who are making like doing this full time, just based on like Instagram. And
But you have to be based in a paying country from
well,
that, right?
it's not. You don't really make it from straight up. Instagram doesn't pay you, but like all the customers are Instagram, so you sell
Oh, because
something,
of the
it comes from Instagram.
relationships.
Yeah, 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 for sure. So I think that's the most important one, and
Mm,
I'm trying to crack the Instagram algorithm. Hopefully one day it will come. For now, it's TikTok. But
yeah.
to get back to your question, yeah, I'm just trying to improve. But down the line, I think I want to make some kind of movies, weird
Mm,
short films, maybe. Yeah,
filmmaking. Okay.
filmmaking.
Wow. I mean, it's happening. People are doing. I mean, I'm on X. I'm seeing not very many, but there are a few teams of people creating like Hollywood level, almost Hollywood level content.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's insane, bro. And
and
it's
this is
like,
the worst it will get. Like, you take a look at 1 year,
hmm
it's game over. Yeah.
are you okay? So you're saying you're doing more image to video now than you did before when you started with, which was more text to video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the image to video content you used, like I'm not sure if you specified which platforms you use. Was it Midjourney?
Well, I don't do it. I don't generate an image. I usually take an image that already exists. So it would start with a clip. So there's already an image in that clip, right?
Oh,
So in the
yeah,
middle
yeah,
of clip, that is the image. I don't go to Midjourney.
yeah.
Sometimes I did. There are some videos where I've gotten some viral clips just from doing image to video, but again,
Mm-hmm.
not really my style. And I mean, if I enjoy that, I would probably make more. And if I had some sudden idea where I need image to video straight up from Midjourney, I would probably do that.
How do you face the copyright? Have you ever had the original uploader say like, "Hey, that's mine"?
For now, no, because I think it's transformative. It's
Mm-hmm.
uh, yeah, I think it's transformative. I mean, there are pages on Instagram which straight up just re-upload your stuff, and they're fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say I don't feel really. I try to give credit to them if it's really, but at the same time, there was one time where I gave credit, and then it kind of like says that it's not original anymore. So it kind of makes me think like, okay,
Wow.
what's the point of me giving credit if then Instagram takes away like my views and gives it back? Because I am at the end of the day, I am transforming it, in my opinion. So
Yeah, like you're using content that has already proliferated everyone's phones,
yeah,
like memes, right?
yeah.
Mm.
And then there are sometimes where people just re-upload my stuff on Instagram, which I think that's fine. But at the same time, it's kind of annoying because I'm trying to
Yeah.
break the algorithm myself, and then there's all these people who are getting millions of views with my stuff, which I mean, you could argue it's not my stuff. I mean, I know there's like these arguments from people that it's not really original or the AI is stealing, but at the end of the day, it would be nice also to get some of those views on Instagram.
I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to go that far, nothing is original, but like there is a lot of work that you put into creating this experience,
Yes.
you know? It's not like just this part of the content. Yes, it was integral perhaps, but like you created the experience, right, with that
Yes. Yes.
screenshot. Yeah.
That's how I think about it. Like if I didn't create it, that it wouldn't exist, and people like
Hmm.
it changes completely the video. I mean, instead of people laughing at it, they feel a different type of emotion. A lot of people, I see comments that like it scares them, and it's kind of like horror, like so that's the main point of horror, and I think that's completely transformative and justifiable.
Dude, I'm really glad first of all, I I think that even though you're super viral, I still think you're underrated, bro. I think you need to get way more credit than you're getting, man.
Yeah, I mean it's been only 4 months at the same time, like But
Yeah, I know,
yes,
but like
yeah,
there are other people that blew up after Sora too, and I was like, dude, this guy is like so good, man. And I was like, yeah, yeah. I just think more people need to see your stuff, man. Really good stuff.
yeah. Hopefully, with this podcast also, I love that you're interviewing all these, doing podcasts with all these creators because you can also discover them. So if you didn't know about me, now they know, and you can also learn about their workflows if they're willing to share. So I think it's really awesome what you're doing.
Yeah, thanks, man. I mean, part of it is just like I don't get to talk to. I'm sure you feel the same way. You know, you go to the bank, you go home, you do AI. Like
Yeah.
for me, it's like just do my AI or just do like comedy or personality. But like you don't really. I mean, at this age, I don't really get to meet new people that much outside of like these kind of
Yeah.
conversations. You know. But maybe it's different for you. You know.
Well, there are some AI communities, right? So if you check
Yeah.
my link tree, there's a Discord with a bunch of. It's not my Discord, but I am part of it, and there's a lot of
Oh.
AI creators there. So there are
Oh,
some
nice.
communities, and then there are some AI creators I'm talking to. So it's good. It's good to build these relations, and you can learn a lot more just by talking to them.
Yeah, for sure, man. But was there anything on your mind about like any of these tools or any of the processes that you wanted to share or that you wanted to express
Uh,
things about?
no, but I would say just keep experimenting and don't go to people and ask like what was their prompt. I you know if you're just starting off, if you're already like doing it like you want some specific thing, that's fine. But I
Mm-hmm.
would say don't be taught don't be given a fish when you could be taught to fish, right? So go around, play around with that stuff. It's really just experimenting, and you will get the most unexpected things.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Gosh, I've asked you a lot of questions. Do you have any questions for me regarding like um, any of the tools that you haven't tried yet but are curious about, or I'm trying to think of
So
any to
how
ask
is
you.
it for you with Sora? Because I mean, Sora is my bread and butter. So
Yeah, I mean,
why are you not using it?
I'll be honest. I don't use Sora for video to video remix, but I'm going to after this call.
You should.
But I mean, if it's your bread and butter, right? Then I mean, I have to take a look
Yeah.
because you're finding a lot of success with it, and I actually didn't know you used Sora remix video to video.
Hmm.
But I use Sora for text to video mainly, and it works for certain, like you said, handheld
Yeah.
content. But it does a really good job doing photorealistic, you know, behaviors and
Hmm.
movements, and the textures are also photorealistic as well, more than anything that I've used. I think if you nail it correctly, um, Sora gives you the most human touch, um, and the body horror in Sora is also like top notch as well.
Hmm.
Um,
And
I don't
this
know what else
isn't
to say, man.
yeah,
I mean,
this
now
is a
there's also
little
images
insight
you could.
like yeah, sorry.
Hmm? No,
uh
go ahead.
but I just
Yeah.
want to point it out to anyone who's watching this, like right now is something I don't see anyone talking about, and I think this is gonna blow up,
Hmm.
and you also don't know. Yesterday, like I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who found it, and I told some people, but I think this is a bigger than deal than people are talking about. You can do celebrities on Sora. Use that. Like you can go
Yeah.
viral. Just you can do celebrities. No one else does celebrities now. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
saw your Donald Trump one the other day. That was an interesting process.
that was my first one. But I will make more cool ones, and
Hmm.
we'll see.
Celebrities and Sora. That's a good tip because you could already do it with copyrighted images with Sora now.
Yeah, it was images, and now it is video, and they're
Yeah.
improving it. And I think it's only gonna get better.
Dude, it
But
looks really good too. Have
yeah,
you seen the homepage of Sora with the boy who lifted the hairy squatter
yeah.
pictures?
I oftentimes I just go through that explore page and just see what catches my attention, and sometimes it inspires me. Yeah.
That's wild. And yeah, I mean, because if you could do copyrighted content like Harry Potter, then I guess it wouldn't be surprising if you did the celebrities, but just not many people. Yeah, you're right. Not many people are doing it.
Well, I think it's a new
Um.
thing. I think they just did it, and they haven't announced it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Well,
because
that's an
I
alpha.
found out by accident. I was just playing around with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's some alpha right there. Also, if you ever use Higgs field, it's really good. Only max is 5 seconds, and you could add a prompt with it optionally. And also, like, I noticed that like the first second of Higgs field, it like it ramps up in speed, in frame
Hmm.
rate. So usually I have to like cut off
Slow
the
it down
first.
or cut it out.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, it gradually goes faster after the first second, second and a half.
Hmm.
So if I made like 10 clips, I would have to like click them all, and then like drag the beginning and kind of cut it off a little bit, and then continue to edit it
Yeah. I
just in
really
case.
need to try it out. I really need to.
Yeah, Higgs field. It's to compare it to any other image to video is Kling,
Yeah.
but Kling offers 10 seconds, so that's different, right?
But it stands on its own. Like no one else does what Higgsfield does.
No one else what?
No one else does what they're doing. I mean, because they built it specifically for the camera movements, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. And you can have like a plan where they give you a lot of credits. It's like, but after you use up all the credits, you have to buy new credits.
Yeah.
Um, so that's kind of how they work. Like you get a set amount for that month.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So,
And
yeah,
mm,
more about you though. Then, how are you like? What are your plans like? Because I know you have these two channels. You're
yeah,
mostly making money from AdSense, or are you are also working
yeah,
from
yeah.
with
AdSense,
clients?
Meta, YouTube, and I'm doing it full time. I used to be a teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and then you know, ever since COVID hit Taiwan, I've just been like I've handed in the towel and just like, hey, let's see if we can do this full time. And I've been doing it for like a couple of years now, and it's a miracle because when I started doing social media as an influencer, trying to be full time, like I I had to do agency work, you know,
Mm-hmm.
hire influencers or be the person hiring or be the person being hired to do work, right?
Yeah.
And that was the hardest time because I didn't oftentimes I went days without money and I didn't know what I was going to eat on a week to week basis. That was a really scary time because I had to raise a family as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's just like, hey, you know, it's okay. Things are, it's like if things are bad now, wait a year and see what happens. And that's kind of what I did. I don't know where I
Yeah.
heard that, but you know, sometimes people don't make it because they're suffering too much, and then it's like they don't even wait a year to see if things get better. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I noticed. Yeah. And then now it's like my plans is like I really like the Epsilon files kinds of direction where like I could now make art because I was never known for my art, even though I was, I guess I was a trained artist in junior high, high school,
Mm-hmm.
college. Never found success, even though I had a few exhibitions or whatever. Um, and then this AI thing comes out, and then it's like when I create the prompts, it's like I'm going, or if I'm buying credits from Kling or whatever, I feel like I'm going to the art store and just getting supplies. It's kind of
Yeah.
like the same feeling.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
AI it makes it like really it makes it easy for us to create, but it also the limitation is your creativity, right?
yeah, that's true. Hey, have you read a book called this book by Rick Rubin called like some kind of creative book or something?
I haven't, but you know, Rick Rubin is a prime example of this because you would call him an artist, right? I
I'm
mean,
trying to find the book.
I think
It's
everyone would
here.
call him an artist, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But really, what is he doing? He's just saying what's good, what's not. You know, it's his taste. He doesn't really have
Yeah.
any musical skills. I mean, he's not really like we all know this about him, but
Hmm.
I think this is kind of going to be the same thing with AI, really.
Yeah, exactly. Like he has that eye for things, Jay-Z and like who else did he work with? Like a
Yeah,
Beastie Boys?
Beastie Boys, yeah.
Yeah. So he wrote a book. Yeah, it's called The Creative Act. and I have the hardcover, I have the Audible. Like, I go back to that every week because, like, yeah, like you said, it's like the hardest thing is about like constantly feeling creative.
Yes.
It's so hard, man.
And
Yeah.
AI, it allows you to be more creative. I mean,
Mm.
you're no longer like being limited by your skills with your hands. You don't have to you don't have to paint, you don't have to do all that stuff, but you can use that time that you would have spent learning those things on creativity in your mind. Like, yeah, I think that is something that people are kind of dismissing for now. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, like using ChatGPT voice prompt. I'm sorry, ChatGPT voice to voice just to air out your thoughts
Hmm.
and just to brainstorm. I don't know if you do that, but I'll do that a lot. You know.
I played around with it, and the best voice that really creeped me out was what was it called? Sesame. I saw you were making
Mm.
some videos with Sesame. That is wild.
It's freaky stuff, man. You can get really deep with Sesame. It's pretty scary, man.
Yeah, yeah. I sometimes get into like deep conversations, and then it says, "Okay, our time is up." Like I'm gonna end the call in like 5, 4, and I'm like, "Whoa, whoa." But yes,
Hey, yo, if you sign in, you have 30 minutes now. They
yeah,
extended it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's just
So
funny. Yeah.
yes, yeah, Sesame is crazy, dude. I had a video where I had Sesame, Grok, and ChatGPT talk to each other. It was funny, man. And like
Yeah.
I used the Grok argumentative mode, the 18 plus.
Yes. Oh my God.
It, it was so crazy. It kept like hitting back at what the others were saying.
Yes. Yes.
um, but yeah, it's fun to play with too. Like having the AIs argue with each other, and then it's just content. But
But
yeah.
with your content, do you ever feel like you're kind of limited by like do you have do you feel like you can be like as creative as you want or experimentative as you want, or do you feel that you need to kind of make what people expect from you, and then sometimes it doesn't work out?
Okay. I mean, from an AI standpoint, I'll just start with this, right? Coming from the art world, it's like touching a painting, touching a canvas, touching a paper, dragging something across it is like different than doing AI art.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's just like what I'll start with first, right? So it can never be the same. Uh, but also like creativity wise, yeah, I get creatives block when I do art. I get creatives block when I do AI. But like whenever I get creatives block, and it's like I don't want to do the old stuff anymore. Yes, it went viral. People like my page, or maybe it's the composition, maybe it's like how long the video was that made that series viral. I had like a mermaid series, whatever,
Yeah.
that I was inspired by other AIs to create, but it had my own touch to it. That was blown up, and then it's like, yeah, I could make more, and I have other outputs that I could use again, but it's like, do I want to use it again? It's like,
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, if I want to, I can. I can get 100,000 views like in a few days, but what's the point?
But you need to
You
grow,
know?
right?
I mean, oh, you mean like you're blowing up, but you're not growing?
No, 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 no. I mean, exactly what you were talking about. You need to keep pushing yourself forward. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in doing the same things.
Yeah, it sucks because I get into that kind of muddled ground sometimes where it's like I pump out so much images and videos. Which ones do I use? Well,
Mm-hmm.
creative, create what is that? Creator's block, whatever, right? It's like
Yeah.
I just don't feel inspired to post that, but maybe just but I have to keep posting
Yeah.
because everyone's posting.
That is the worst. That is the worst for me.
It
Like
sucks.
when I don't feel good about it, when I don't feel like this is my best work, but then I still need to post. But thankfully, that has been happening less. But at the beginning, for sure, it was like that.
I mean, it comes in waves, comes in waves. Um, uh, I don't know, and it's like I can't even predict when it's gonna come or how long the dry spell is gonna last. It could
But,
last one day. It could last
mm-hmm.
weeks. It could last months. But yeah, it's like I noticed that if you don't post for more than 1 or 2 weeks, then your account starts to feel the effects of that.
Yeah, man. And sometimes you just stop getting views. But what I've noticed is every time my views go down, it always precedes a new high. So you just got to keep that in mind. Like when you're going down, if you just keep going, you just do the same thing, keep innovating, you will hit new highs. And it's been working like 5 times already. So I believe in that for sure.
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, okay, well, how many times a day are you gonna post? Um, and how many days a week are you gonna post? You can post every day, 3 times a day, 1 times a day. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah. I mean, for me, I try to stick with one in the morning and one in the afternoon, and then when it's weekends, I just go full out.
mhm.
Yeah,
That's great. Yeah, it's great that you don't have pressure from this side because it's like you're feeding yourself, and if
yeah.
your art,
Monetary wise, yeah, you don't have this pressure to get views, right? Because for you,
yeah,
I'm sure sometimes you might expect something and then don't get it, and then you gotta try to make up for it with the next one, right?
yeah, and every month you're subscribed to these plans and you feel pressured to use these tools even though sometimes you don't want to use them
Yeah.
because you might want to do something else, but or there's like methods that you haven't discovered, uh, either because you don't know what you don't know, or it's crazy out here, man. Yeah, people
Well,
say
see,
it's easy, but it's actually
yeah,
really hard to do this full time.
and that's why it's good to talk with people. See, you've learned about some new methods. You can go try them. And
For sure.
I think if you really like stick with like experiment with this sort of stuff, it will just you can bring your own creativity, and I'm sure you can make some really cool stuff.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, man, for sure. I learn something new whenever I talk to people here. It's crazy how every day there's something new, and then it's like, dude, I'm just trying to keep up with what I already have, and I don't even have time to do all what I want to do in all these tools I'm
Yeah,
subscribed to.
yeah, man.
It's wild. So how you doing on time, man? Are you going to work now?
Well, no. So this week I'm on vacation, so I can go as much as I want, and I've been enjoying it. I'm glad. But usually, yeah, that this time I would be at work right now.
Oh, great,
Yeah.
great. So what do you usually do like on your spare time? And like, does that influence your work at all, or affect your work?
I would say ever since I started making these videos, there is no spare time. I mean, making videos, that is my spare time.
Mhm.
And I have noticed, yeah, I do think about it all the time and it might affect my work. So I'm trying to find a ways how to separate the two, but it kind of seems to sometimes drag itself into my work.
Have you thought about doing like bank body horror at the bank?
Oh my God. Well, maybe. That's an idea.
It's like your boss comes to talk to you, and then like, it
Well,
turns
yeah,
into some.
it's more of an office job, but for a bank. But yeah, maybe some office type of horror. I've seen some other people do that, so that could be
Dude,
cool.
those freaking liminal spaces stuff, man. Like,
Yes.
I love those things. Have you done like liminal spaces, kind of like environmental body horror?
No, but hey, if it speaks to me one day when I'm looking for something new, I might.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. So, dude, we talked a lot about a lot of stuff today, man. Any other questions you have about anything really?
Well, how long did it take you to grow? Because when you first started, first of all, when did you start with AI? Because it's
Okay.
been around for like a year only. I feel like this AI video.
Yeah. It's different than like my ChatGPT videos where it's like, hey, show me this because I saw someone do that and I made my own version and it was people thought it was funny. Um, this is just another ball game. I think I started doing it in I think late last year in like
Mm-hmm.
November, where it's like I already know I can go viral with like certain things, right? And then it's
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I'm getting a little bored. Let me see if I can go viral without my face. And then it's like, oh, so it's not just my face. Oh,
No,
it can go
it's
viral with
you.
this too. Okay, that's cool.
Yes.
And then it feels like, I think, really very quickly after I started, because the tools are so powerful already.
Yes, and they're
And
only going to get more
ChatGPT,
powerful.
yeah, and like GPT was already really powerful too with making prompts for you.
Yes.
So you have Kling or high level Kling, which what I was primarily using for text to video, and mixed with ChatGPT prompting, it's like freaking gunpowder, man. You know. And I think I had an account on TikTok that was sitting at 830K or something, or 20 something K for like the longest time.
Hmm.
I'm like, you know what? I'll just reuse that account for AI, and then now it's at like 1.3. You know,
Nice.
Instagram was like I used to put my paintings on there, and if you scroll far enough back on my Instagram, on my Epsilon files, and then you'll see like my like high school drawings,
Really?
college maybe I don't remember. It's like old drawings and stuff, right? And that was at like 1,000 something for like forever, and then like in a span of months, now it's at like what 200 something K, but it's not even that much compared to some of these other people,
Yeah.
which is crazy. Um, I would say late November is when I started doing it, and I would say, yeah, I was lucky. Also, the tools are powerful. Also, ChatGPT was powerful too. So I would say like the three of those mixed together.
But I think it's you, you know. You can basically go faceless and you can still do great because you know how to do it. You know that you've already done it once. So you can do it like however many times you want. At the same time, yeah, it is hard to grow on Instagram, man. Like TikTok, I believe I could make a new account and then blow up. But on Instagram, it's so slow.
Sometimes it's the account, like, because I know on YouTube, I'm also struggling to grow on the Epsilon Files one. It's like 500 something followers. It's been sitting like that for like ever,
Hmm.
and I just, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. And then maybe it's time to open an account and just remix some of your videos, tweak it a little bit so the algo doesn't think it's the same one,
Yeah,
and try and see whether or not you have better luck. Sometimes it is the account, you know.
that's what I've been thinking because I feel like I'm going crazy on Instagram.
Yeah, I was
There,
like,
there,
wait, is it
there
your Instagram? I'm like,
yeah,
dude, that's not your Instagram.
yeah,
Because like for the longest time, I'm like, dude, is this the same person? Like, should I DM this person? Like, is it like a scam account?
yeah, yeah. Is it like a copy?
But
Yeah, man.
sometimes it is the account. Sometimes I would, yeah, I don't know. You might have to try that. Um, maybe like seeing like what social media thinks is the same video, like what it considers the same video. They might penalize the second
Well,
account
I
for
know
that.
TikTok is really, really, really hard on that. Instagram, they don't care because I've seen people just re-upload the same thing and they don't care. But
Oh,
TikTok is really. I've re-uploaded my stuff from Instagram to TikTok and they said it was unoriginal and I appealed it and they still said it's unoriginal. So TikTok is really bad on that.
okay. Yeah, I noticed that sometimes it is your account, but the quality of the content is great. I mean, you've been blowing up recently. I mean, you're still blowing up right now on TikTok,
Yes.
and so it doesn't make sense.
Well, I think it just comes with time because if I zoom out, I am still growing. I'm still growing even on Instagram. There's people reaching out to me like big creators, you as well, and I'm talking to them and I'm collabing. So I think it'll just come with time. And I'm just glad to be out on here just in case someone's watching, you know, you can check me out. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. Usually I'll like tag the person in the title, which you can do on this
Mhm.
app. And then I'll put your socials, like what socials should people follow you at, and then I can kind of put it in the captions too.
Yeah, just it's full warp on everywhere.
Okay, great stuff. So you use CapCut, that's your video editor.
Mhm.
Um, you use Kling, Sora, Hylule, uh,
Sometimes, yeah.
sometimes, mainly Sora and Kling.
That's my bread and
Uh,
butter.
okay, Sora
Yeah.
is more of video to video lately, and Kling is more image to video.
Yeah,
Or
I've done some text to video. It has done well, but again, it takes time. It that's what I've been doing
yeah, text
mostly.
to video is expensive, but it's worth it.
It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. What can you say? Um, all right, man. Anything else on your mind?
No, I've enjoyed this conversation. You know, I think you should invite more AI creators. I would love to hear from more of my inspirations, and I hope people are willing to share their stuff without just like don't gatekeep. I'm just that's what I want to put out. Don't gatekeep,
Yeah.
please. I want to
Yeah.
learn.
Yo, let me know who you want on the DMs, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But like, I was thinking of also, I think I was talking to another creator about like doing some kind of AI creator roundtable thing.
Yes, I think I know what you're talking about. Have heard something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like we all have our different like processes. Um, that'd be cool though to like shoot the shit with a bunch of AI creators live. It'd be fun.
mm-hmm. Yeah,
But that's cool, man. Until then, like keep in touch. Like I've been a huge fan of yours. I think you're like one of the handful of people that I actually watch in the AI space.
thanks, man.
Yeah, man. For sure, for sure.
All right.
All right. Yeah. So, good stuff. I'm gonna keep on checking your stuff out, and then I'm gonna implement some of the video to video Sora remixes that I've
Yeah,
been
looking
hearing
forward.
so many good things about.
All right.
Any last things you want to say? Like any for anyone getting started on this?
It will be expensive. It will be annoying. You will watch people. You will wonder how are they doing that. But if you just get past that level, it will click and you will find your own style. So I just keep going if you're really passionate about it. It will cost some money, but I think it's worth it if you like it.
Awesome. All right, full. So thanks for coming in from Latvia.
Yep.
Hope you have a great day, man. And I'm gonna also get started on my day too.
All right. Have a good one.
Cool, cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's been fun, man. All right, thank you so much for jumping on today, and
Yep.
have a great day.
Bye.
All right, peace out.